Welcome back to Nat Chat. I'm Barney. We've got Jess McAvoy in the studio here, and we're talking about the trials and tribulations of taking one's songs to the studio and then to the live stage and beyond, and wherever it will take us in life. Now, Jess, management.
Yes.
Are you your own manager?
I have been self-managed since I was 16.
Right.
So, and I'm currently trialling the idea of having someone help me out.
Yeah. Have you ever had a manager?
No. Well, I've had stints of bits and pieces of people trying to help.
Yeah. People running up and offering to be a manager.
Yes, sort of. Yeah, yeah. It's just never really worked out. It's so hard to. I think I come across as if I don't need any help.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot. So
we live in an age of great independence with music, of course.
Yeah.
We're not as reliant on the sort of big old recording companies and.
Yeah. However, I mean, I think more and more so in the last couple of years, I've really wanted to have somebody take over a lot of those roles, because separating the business from the music is really difficult.
Yes.
Especially because of the fact that all the sort of business admin kind of stuff has got a definite, you've done this right kind of feeling about it. Whereas when you're writing songs and doing all the creative side of things, it feels a lot more indulgent, and it feels a lot more like you're, you know, like it doesn't have a purpose. Yeah. When of course it's the absolute main focus of the whole reason why you're doing anything. So I find it a bit frustrating and a bit scary to not have somebody else there to take that burden. So we're trying to work through that at the moment, trying to see if I can actually establish that kind of relationship with someone currently.
Sometimes it's good to have a gig booked on you that you didn't expect. Sometimes it's good to have a manager out there sort of hustling on your behalf, who says, look, you're playing here, you're playing there, and you just sort of go with it.
Also someone to actually say, and I already told them what you're getting paid, instead of you having to negotiate it yourself.
Yes.
That's the real horrible thing, trying to tell people no, or trying to tell people that they can't have me for any less than this or whatever.
Have you played at any one of the number of festivals that happen?
Oh, heaps.
Meredith and those?
I haven't done Meredith yet. I've played Woodford Folk Festival in Queensland a
Good.
ton of times. I did Queenscliff just recently, which was really cool.
What are some of the greatest gigs you've done? I mean, not necessarily to the biggest audiences, but just they might be to one person, but the one where you just walked off and just felt incredible.
I'll tell you what, my favourite moment, I was doing a support tour with Tony Childs.
Yeah, oh wow.
Which is
Don't
really
Walk
cool.
Away.
Yeah.
Great hit out of the 80s for anybody who might not have remembered that.
Anyway, we did a show up in Mullumbimby, and we were playing in this weird kind of scout hall that we didn't expect to have any. So we were sort of going, oh, okay, this might wind up being nothing and whatever. And the room absolutely packed itself out. It was just, you couldn't move in there. And I was singing one of my songs that has got this huge crescendo that then drops down into almost a whisper, which I really enjoy playing solo. It's really good fun, especially on a big wooden stage where I can stomp, almost stomp a hole through the floor. And there's this one section where it goes up and then drops right back down again. The whole crowd was in absolute silence. It was just, you couldn't hear a whisper, and that was throughout the entire performance. So I was just on fire. And this one moment, I just went right up and I pushed it really hard, and then I dropped it back down to nothing. And about the third row, it was pitch black. And I could hear this woman go, wow. And I just went, yeah, I did it, I got that moment.
That is a beautiful moment. They're the moments to look for.
That was the one, and that's when I went, and those moments are the ones that make me go, okay, I know why I'm here. This is why I do it.
And maybe you were the hit of the night. Did Tony Childs do a good set?
Yes.
Yeah, she's an incredible artist.
Yeah, she's great.
What a privilege to have supported her.
She's a wonderful person too.
In Mullumbimby.
Yeah, we went all up and down the East Coast. That was a highlight. That show was incredible.
Fantastic. You like touring up and down the East Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd love you. It'd be a great audience for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good
and
fun.
you know, without having to hark on negative things, we need to know these things. What are some of the more difficult moments in a...
Being poor.
Being poor, okay.
It really sucks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Apart from technical problems on stages, we always do these low gigs. Sometimes, you know, you can feel incredible before you go on, and then suddenly you're just not in tune, you're just not playing properly. It's like a sports person being out of form or something.
But that's part of the course,
you
know, and it's fine. It's just one of those things that you got to roll with and learn to find some way to pull some sort of strength from whatever's happening, you know, and focus on the things that are working well. And it's so scary when a room full of people doesn't feel like they're listening, but honestly, half the time you get off stage and there's 5 or 6 people that come up to you and go, oh my God, that was incredible.
It's rewarding, isn't it?
But you can't judge. You can't judge a crowd when you're standing on stage. You can't at all. And you can't expect them to give you everything that you need.
Absolutely.
And you know, you have to be up there for yourself, because you will not get everything from the crowd.
Yeah. Now, you did some shows recently in Manhattan.
A couple of years back now, went and played in New York.
Fantastic. And just little venues around the Manhattan precinct? Yeah,
little venues like CBGBs. How do you say it? CBGBs.
Did you play there?
And the Knitting Factory and Arlene's Grocery and the Barrow. No, where else did I play?
What an honour to have played at CBGBs. We're
Before
Talking Heads.
Closed.
Yes, we're Talking Heads cut their teeth, and infamous venue.
It's a great venue.
And you again, self-managed. You organised those. You didn't have to get to New York with the suitcase and run around hustling. You pre-organised it.
God for the internet.
Yeah.
It was it was so much easier than I expected.
Well, look, this is something for our audience. It is possible to organise tours through the internet. So that's
absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you establish yourself a decent profile online and you know, sort out all your sites so that they look good and have heaps of videos and stuff on them.
If an audience member is to run off right now onto a computer and Google up Jess McAvoy, they're going to find you, aren't they?
Very, very easy.
Yeah, that's terrific. And they'll be able to keep in touch with your gigs around Melbourne?
Yep. It's all
oh, great. And is there any particular venues that you would like to see yourself playing in Melbourne in the next few months?
I've done most of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. Well, you must keep an eye out for Jess McAvoy. And in recent times, we're sort of in the festive season in the new year into 2009 at the moment. And Jess is going to be around before management or somebody scoops her up and takes her out of this country permanently, or before the Australian music industry just closes down on anybody.
Oh,
the establishment.
It won't happen.
Oh, it will not happen.
No.
Look out for Jess, and we will now go to a break, and when we come back from that break, you're going to be riveted by some beautiful and very melodic and beautifully arranged songs. So thank you for being here for another episode. And let's enjoy Jess McAvoy after the break. I'm Barney. This is Nat Chat.